Most people think kindness is always a strength. It isn't. Not when it comes from fear. Not when it means saying yes while your whole body is saying no. That kind of kindness is not virtue. It is surrender. There is a difference between being good and being available to be used. Weak kindness bends to keep people comfortable. Strong kindness knows when to draw a line. And most people never realize this. The more they perform niceness without boundaries, the less respect they receive. Because kindness without self-respect is not peace. It is self-abandonment wearing a softer face. The real damage begins when kindness is used to avoid conflict. At first, it feels harmless. You say yes to keep the peace. You stay quiet to avoid disappointing someone. You go along with things you do not agree with because it seems easier than creating tension. But every time you do that, something inside you weakens because approval and self-respect are not the same thing. One is borrowed. The other is built. And the more you choose comfort over honesty, the more you teach yourself that your needs do not matter. That is how kindness becomes self-betrayal. Not all at once. Slowly, quietly, until one day you no longer trust your own judgment because you have spent too long abandoning it. And once that happens, the need to be liked becomes a trap. Most people are not kind because they are free. They are kind because they are afraid of rejection, afraid of being seen as selfish, afraid of losing approval. So they perform kindness like a role, hoping it will protect them from being abandoned. But performance is exhausting. It creates a life built on noise, constant explaining, pleasing, adjusting, apologizing. Authenticity is quieter, stronger, more dangerous to those who want to control you. Jung understood this well. When you live for the approval of others, you begin to lose contact with your real self. And somewhere along the way, people stop respecting your kindness and start expecting it. That is the hidden trap. If you keep doing this, you will stay trapped inside other people's expectations forever. And the cost of that trap is far worse than most people realize. When kindness has no discernment, it stops protecting peace and starts creating chaos. You become the person who always absorbs the pressure, always smooths things over, always makes life easier for everyone except yourself. That is how resentment is born. Quietly, repeatedly, until you are emotionally tired, internally irritated, and surrounded by people who only value what they can extract from you. Too much unguarded kindness weakens boundaries. It makes you invisible. It dulls your presence. It teaches others that your time, energy, and attention are always available. And once that happens, you do not attract equals. You attract takers. Kindness without discernment is not love. It is permission. Permission for others to drain you. Permission for your own resentment to grow in silence, and the hidden cost of ignoring this is a life where your peace is constantly being traded away. But the Stoics understood a better way, one built on strength, not surrender. The Stoics understood something most people still miss. Strength is not emotional suppression. It is mastery. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they never taught cruelty, arrogance, or coldness. They taught discipline. They taught that a man should be just, yes, but never ruled by impulses, guilt, or the need to be liked. That is the difference between reactive kindness and deliberate kindness. Reactive kindness says yes because it is afraid. Deliberate kindness gives because it is chosen. One is weakness dressed as virtue. The other is power with restraint. Stoicism does not ask you to care less. It asks you to care wisely, to help others without losing yourself, to give without becoming dependent on praise. That is where real peace begins, not in pleasing everyone, but in staying in command of yourself. And once you understand that, the next step is learning how to live it. Here is the shift that changes everything. Stop treating kindness like self-sacrifice and start treating it like discipline. Say no without guilt. Stop over-explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Give without erasing your own needs. Help without trying to rescue people from consequences they need to face. Be warm, but not endlessly available. Keep your standards even when others dislike them. Choose silence when performing goodness would only feed your ego. And let your actions stay consistent instead of chasing praise like a starving man. These are not just habits, they are identity shifts, because a strong person is not less kind. He is more precise, more selective, more grounded. That one shift. From approval-seeking to self-command changes everything, and once that becomes your identity, the final step is learning how to live as that man every day. This is what real kindness looks like when it is no longer ruled by fear. You do not become colder. You become clearer. You stop giving from emptiness and start giving from strength. And that changes everything. Because peace is not found in being liked by everyone. It is found in knowing who you are, what you will accept, and what you will no longer abandon. That is the reward of discipline. Self-respect. Quiet confidence. A calm mind that does not need constant approval to feel secure. The weak try to win everyone over. The strong protect their energy and give from overflow, not from desperation. If this spoke to you, reflect on where you have been too available, too agreeable, or too afraid to set a line, and decide today to change it.